Thank you for joining. My name is Art Napolitano. I'm the host for tonight's event. We're going to take you through the Zinzino business opportunity. We're going to talk about the science behind Zinzino. I have two very special guests. They're dear friends of mine that helped me make a decision to be part of Zinzino at the turn of the year. And then we're going to actually teach you how to earn money with the Zinzino opportunity. I'm going to really spend some time on training tonight and focusing on the fast start and show you how to put money in your pocket immediately. So for those that don't know me, if you're a new guest to our business, I've been in the direct-to-consumer market for a long time. That's home-based business. We call it network marketing. When I first looked at this industry, I was only 29 years old. I had gone to college in the Boston area. I still live in New England. I dropped out of college and chased a career in the rock and roll business in my early 20s. And then at 29, I woke up and I was not broke. I was below broke. I owed money to everyone. My dad was saying, please go back to college and finish a degree. And I was introduced to the concept of networking. And what I learned, it was as a distribution concept. So I really studied the business because I wanted to change my life. I was sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. And I didn't like having a job. I didn't like having a boss. And I was taught how I could work from home, start part-time. I could start a business for not a lot of money. And as I started to earn money, I could make some choices. But the fundamental part of the business I loved was that I was going to build a residual-based income. I learned through being in this business that most of us don't understand money. And what we have is a linear income. We exchange time for money. That's why we're always working second jobs or working more hours. Oh, but then you fight for the promotion and the people above you are suppressing you while you're trying to climb up. And then if you get a little older, maybe in my age group, you didn't grow up with a computer from day one, so you're behind in technology skills, and someone comes along that costs less money and you're made redundant, as they say in the UK, and you're out looking for something to do. So it's really important for whatever you're looking at tonight. If you're thinking about your own finances, you always should have a second income. If I was your financial advisor, I would say don't bet on one stock. Spread your money out, spread your risk, spread your potential for growth. And for a lot of people that look at our opportunity, they get excited about the science and the product because the product is changing people's lives. It's documented, and you're going to hear all about that. But we have a business opportunity here, and I got involved in Zinzino because I needed a business. I had been very successful the last 34 years. I had a huge international business, and only to find out after 25 years with the company I represented, the company that allowed me to really change my life financially, they were going to pull out of all the international markets post-COVID. And I had a very short window to make a decision to lead people that I was responsible for, and we needed a home. And when we looked at so many companies, even for a year going back, because we were trying to merge or at least acquire a wellness company. And this company, Zinzino, came up. It was too big for us to acquire. And then we realized we could never compete with a Zinzino. And anything we do would be like most companies, just another, copycat company. Been there, done that type products, been there, done that type storyline. And so what I found with Zinzino was very unique. It was very different. And I'm so excited that the two people I'm going to introduce tonight, Stephen Chernisky and Dr. Natalie Cather, they were instrumental. I've known them for many years, and I really asked them to help me evaluate the science between several companies, evaluate the products, and you're going to hear from them tonight as well. So let me just dig in for those that are new. Let's take a look at the business. Let's analyze it the way I analyzed it. First of all, I want to know if the company I'm getting involved with is solid financially. I want to know if they have good management. I do not want to do this again. And I wanted to make sure that Zinzino in this case was the right company. Most companies in our industry are actually going to be privately held. And you can't really look at their history of finances. You got to trust what they tell you. Well, Zinzino, which was founded by Hilda and Orion Sali from Oslo, Norway, they founded this company and ended up getting it on the First North Premier Growth Market for the NASDAQ. So I was able to look at the financials. It also helped that I've known the company for, 15 plus years. I knew when the company started. I worked a lot in Europe. I've worked all over Europe. I've lived there 20 years ago. I've got an apartment in Spain now. I live full-time here in New Hampshire, but I've worked in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Colombia, Mexico. I've worked across the United States and Canada. I've been doing this a very long time. And so I knew when this company started up, and I watched them brick by brick grow out of Scandinavia. And in the last 5 years, started to expand throughout Europe, and they rapidly started opening countries around the world. They're now in 45 different countries. In fact, if you had invested in their stock, you would have been receiving a dividend for the last 11 years. They've had double-digit growth almost every year since they began, and they're shipping to over 100 countries. Now, one of the reasons I made a lot of money in my last business is I took a U.S. company and I helped it to expand around the globe. I took advantage of that. Well, this time I'm going to take a company out of Europe and we're going to expand it throughout North America. We just returned for the summer. I'm living here in New Hampshire on Lake Winnipesaukee. Stacy and I, my partner, are very excited to be home, and we're really ready to focus on opening up the North American market, starting here with the United States, Canada, and also with our contacts in Mexico. I looked at the growth like you can too, and you notice in the last few years, it jumped from 80 to 120, and now it shot up getting close to 200 million. See, what this told me is that this company was like hitting the bell curve. If you look at the growth of a company, you can see where it's growing. And if they have something special, you can see it start to trend up and it goes into an explosion. And that's where Zinzino is right now. I did not want to be part of a startup, someone's experiment. I do not want to. Too many companies start and don't end up going anywhere. They tell a lot of stories. I also don't want to start with the company that's the $1 billion plus category, because the odds of them are really doubling and tripling are very small. I want to take that company to the billion or multi-billion dollar status. And we found the company that we're going to share with you tonight. And we expect this to be a multi-billion dollar brand. Now, why can I say that? Because we're pioneering a global mega trend. When you look at what's going on with nutrition today, since COVID, more and more people are taking supplements. The market, reached $167 billion last year. It's projected to explode to $239 billion in the next few years by 2028. And most people who are taking these vitamins at the health store, they'd love to know if they really work. Now, we hope they work. We think they work. But how do you know? You don't know unless you test. And that's why this is so exciting. We know 1 billion people are taking vitamins. We know 500 million people are taking omega-3. I was one of those people. But how do you know, let's say 100-pound woman and a 200-pound man, both adults, read the label and says adults take 2 tablets or 2 capsules? It's either somebody's underdosing or someone's overdosing. See, customized nutrition is what we're all about here. We're about test-based nutrition focused on what you need for your body. Now, the big story behind Zinzino, we have many stories, but the hero product and the key story is that we've identified a major problem in the world today, a major problem. And we're going to make you aware of that tonight. In fact, the World Health Organization says 6.3 billion people in the entire planet are deficient in omega-3. That's a problem. Maybe you don't realize that, but it's a problem. But it's also an opportunity, as I'm a businessman and I'm looking at opportunities. Now, your omega balance score, your essential fatty acid balance score, may be the most important number you do not know. Think about it. I spend great amount of money to go to my physicals, get my blood panels done. I've had some health issues in my life, and I can't imagine that I've had my blood pressure taken. They tell me my triglycerides, my cholesterol. They give me all this blood work I go for, but they never talk to me about my essential fatty acid acid balance. Now, if you're like me, you probably don't even know why that's important, and I get that. Well, you're going to learn that tonight. If you don't know it, you need to know it. And Zinzino is without a doubt the world's leader in knowing how important this is. We've tested over 1.4 million people. We have the largest database in the world on this subject. And we have a dry blood spot test. Now, this dry blood spot test, we just do a little prick of the finger, we send it in, and we found that 97% of people that take this test have too much omega-6 in general, and their balance is out. And again, I'm not the expert to talk to you about this. I always tell people, please Google the importance of the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in your blood. Please, please, please. It's so important to your health. Google that information. And that will lead you to something you're going to see online. What is silent chronic inflammation? Google the effect of fatty acids in being out of imbalance on that issue. If you dig deeper, you'll even find out about social anxiety or depression and the links to it. So again, we're not making claims here. We're making you educate yourself to understand how important this number is. Now, here's what's so incredible. Science taught us that we should be around 3-to-1, omega-6 to omega-3. 95% of people that get on our product, which is half the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you can get yourself in balance with our product called our Balance Oil. And in just 120 days, people who take this oil, they end up getting in balance 95% of the time. So we're expecting test-based nutrition is not just a fad. It is going to be a trend and then a mega trend, and we are the leaders. It would absolutely be insane if you go 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and we go to get our blood panel, and they are not testing for this. In fact, when I learned about how important this is when it comes to heart health and other issues, I was pretty angry that I never got tested for this in the first place from my doctors. When I looked at the United States from a business perspective, only 34,000 of the tests had been done here. And these are recent statistics from a couple days ago. I was thinking to myself, I found a gold mine. Timing is always important in business, and I'm going to take this European company with your help, and we're going to all benefit from being able to spread the word about what Zinzino's doing that's first in class. If you're in Canada, and I know we have Canadian guests here, imagine only 3,100 tests have been done in your country. If you're in Mexico, there's actually 5,500 tests. Okay, so we know we're at the ground floor of a mega trend here, and we are also at a ground floor of taking the North American market by storm. And I've been so successful in this industry, and always timing is important. So you're at the right place at the right time tonight. And the reason Zinzino is so successful is our rock stars. Our rock stars is the science team. In fact, when I asked Stephen and Natalie to look at Zinzino along with these other companies, they came back and said, man, they're loaded with science. These people have hundreds of published papers. They have their own patented products and R&D. And they came back to me and said, geez, I don't think they would, need us. Not that they were looking for something to do, but at the end of the day, what happened? They were added to the Zinzino Scientific Advisory Board because their resumes, their track record spoke for themselves. So I introduced them to Zinzino, and Zinzino told me straight up, Artie, if you decide you're going to go with another company, we're signing Stephen and Natalie. And wouldn't you know it? They did. They signed them. So I'm glad I'm here as well. But before I'm going to introduce them now, I've known Stephen for almost 30 years. Maybe a little longer, but he is a biochemist, taught clinical nutrition at 2 Southern California universities, directed the first FDA-licensed clinical lab specializing in nutrition and immunology. He's a best-selling author with more than 1 million copies in print, so he's more than qualified to evaluate the science and health and nutrition. And his incredible wife, Natalie Cather, is a doctor, double board certified in family medicine and anti-aging, specializes in women's health, and served as a principal investigator for client clinical trials in both pharma and the natural product arena. So, Stephen, Natalie, I'm so thrilled to have you here. I'm going to ask you to unmute. I'm going to highlight you guys for everybody, and I'll take care of the slides on this end. So I'm going to spotlight you, and we'll do that. So we'll go from there.
Hey, Artie, it's our pleasure being with you this evening. Welcome to everyone, and thanks for really being attentive because we're going to get a little bit technical here in that we have to explain a little bit about how your body works. You're made out of cells, right? So we all understand that we're made out of cells, about I don't know, 36 trillion or so, depending on how big you are. The point is that the cell is the fundamental unit of all life. And we all learned that, and then we forgot it because then we went into living our life and going along with just the trends, the medical trends, which was what? Drugs for bugs. Or maybe we went into looking for a more natural approach, but we ended up just with what I call this for that nutrition. What we've got here is a completely different paradigm. What we have here is the ability to look at the cell and to improve cell function. Now, why is that important? Because if you look at cell function, you understand that this is the key to everything that you are. It's the key to your health. It's the key to your longevity. It's the key to your peace of mind. It's the key to your mood. Cell function is that important because Zinzino basically said this, and again, these are very, very smart people. They asked a very simple question. What's the single intervention which will provide the greatest benefit for the most people around the world? I'm going to say that again because I want you to get the mission and the vision of this company. What's the single thing that we can do that's going to provide the greatest benefit for the largest number of people around the globe? And the answer was improve cell function. Because once you do that, you see, now you're going to have an improvement in the tissues. Now you're going to have an improvement in the glands and the organs and the systems. It all starts with the cell. Now, once you get that, you understand that. The question that you all should be asking right now is, well, how do you do that? How do you improve cell function? You look at the cell membrane that controls everything. That cell, those 65 trillion cells of yours, they are very, very active. Now, we have a slide here showing nutrients in, oxygen going in, waste materials being removed. But I want you to understand it's 1,000 times more than that. There are hundreds of thousands of molecules moving in and out of your cells constantly. And all that molecular traffic is being controlled by the cell membrane. And that is the key here, because we know that that cell membrane should be exactly how your DNA is programmed it to be. Now, your DNA is programmed, your cell membrane, to be a specific balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fats. Now, where do those fats come from? The food you eat. Are we eating the same diet that we ate for the last couple thousand years that really determines what the cell membrane should look like? No, we're eating remarkably different foods. What happened was our hunting and gathering diet was about 1 to 1, omega-3 and omega-6. And then we started eating a lot more meat. And then we started to, in the 1800s, we invented seed oils. Ooh, all of those omega-6. And then we started eating hydrogenated fats in the 1900s. And that really skewed things crazy. And then we started eating trans fats in the late 1990s. And here we are today. And everyone has this problem and they don't know it because it is silent. You don't feel your cells starving for oxygen and fuel. You don't feel your cells getting constipated because they can't release the waste products that are they're meant to release because the cell membrane is clogged. It is deficient. It is disordered. And once you understand that and you know that there's a solution, the first thing in your mind ought to be, what do I do about this? And that is the Zinzino secret. If you go to the next slide and you understand how this balance can be looked at, right? Is there a simple way to explain it? And the answer is yes. We're way out of balance now with omega-6, sometimes 20 or 30 times the amount of omega-3. And now you have to then get it back into balance. You don't have to go all the way back down to 1 to 1. Healthy is 3 to 1. Now, the point is, very few people test and they're actually in balance. 97% already told you of people are out of balance. 99% of people here in the US, because our diet is even worse than it is over in Europe. So the question is then, is there a way to get it back in balance? And what can I expect to experience and achieve if I do that? And the answer will surprise you. Why? Because once you get this back in balance, once you get out of this danger zone, right, where you've got a 15 to 1 is the average, and a lot of places it's a lot worse than that. Once you get out of that danger zone and you get into the ideal ratio of at least 3 to 1, or maybe even better, 2.5 to 1, once you get that, you will start to experience benefits throughout your body and brain. Why? Because once you improve the cell, you improve, ultimately, you improve everything. Why is that? We're all replacing about 300 billion cells every day. So this gives you an opportunity then to build a better body. I want you to think about that and say it to yourself. I want to build a better body, and you can with Zinzino. Now let's take a look at how you're going to measure this.
We're going to do it with a balance test.
Ah,
And it's a home test, which is nice. It's a dried blood spot test, so it's easy to do. You can do it right there in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to have blood drawn out of your arm. And it only takes 10 to 20 days to get the results. You let the blood dry for 10 minutes, put it back in its card, send it off, and keep your information that comes with a card that's identified just for you. Go to zinzinotest.com, put in your information, and Vitas Analytical Services, which is a world-renowned laboratory working with universities such as Harvard University, Cambridge, King's College, Abbott Scientific, stellar laboratory that is separate from Zinzino, runs the data and anonymously does it for you. And then you can look up your results online in 10 to 20 days. And my result was 6.7 to 1. So I have work to do, and I'm looking forward to testing again at the end of July. And you can see that my problem is not unique. In fact, here in North America, 99% of people that are tested are out of balance. And the good news is that there is a solution for this problem. Next slide, please.
ah.
It is with this industry disrupting, amazing product called Balance Oil. And what's unique about balance oil is not just the omega-3s in it, but this also has omega-6, omega-7, omega-9. This has the fatty acids and, most importantly, the polyphenols that come from pre-harvested olives that puts you back into the safe zone so that you can have a healthier cell structure and a healthier body because you are building a better body.
Oops, sorry.
So
This
I
was
love,
my results.
and now, wow, congratulations,
Yeah, I
3.3 to,
went from 12 to 1 to 3.3 to 1.
and you were very consistent in taking the balance oil, weren't you?
Yes, yes, I was.
Yep, that's important. And we are fortunate that these are the 15 health claims approved by the European Food Safety Administration. And I want you to not memorize all 15. I want you to really focus on the first three that are noted in green there. Supports optimal healthy immune function. And that's a key issue about a lot of the Zinzino products. They're smart when it comes to immunity. Helps maintain optimal and healthy brain function. We love that. And a lot of that comes from the fact that each serving of balance oil contains at least 700 milligrams of DHA, docosahexaenoic acid.
I
And
love
then
when you talk like that.
and then helps maintain optimal and healthy heart function. Hey, this is the Mediterranean diet in a bottle. Can't go wrong there. I love these products from Zinzino, and so do these elite athletes, because when it comes to human performance, they all know that it has to be at the cellular level. And so Zinzino products bring that to us, and they have a whole family of products. We often recommend to people the Health Protocol Premium because we need the balance oil for getting ourselves into the safe zone. But then I like to restore with Viva, which I know as the happy pill, and also restoring the gut health with Xenobiotic, which is important fibers for gut health so that the bacteria of the gut are healthy and they can make the nutrients that I need for a better life. And then, of course, Extend, which is nutrition insurance with an immune boost. Can't go wrong with the health protocol premium. I wish that when I was in clinical practice that I had been able to offer this line of products to my clients because it really has a holistic approach and addresses multiple systems in the body. Next slide. And here you can see that there's more than just the balance test. There's also a vitamin D test. There's the hemoglobin A1C test. And we know vitamin D is important for so many things: skin health, brain health, heart health, bone health, muscle health, immunity. Hemoglobin A1C, blood sugar control problems are widespread. And globally, we need to be mindful about where we're at to prevent diabetes. And having this test helps us be aware of how we're doing with that. As you can see, the balance oil is available not only as fish oils, but also there's a vegan option that comes from algae. Please explore these products. There's a lot of benefit to each of them.
So let's wrap this up real quick with a credibility checklist. You know, whenever I look at a company, I want to make sure that there's credentialed scientists. You already know this big check mark there. The Science and Medicine Advisory Board of Zinzino is second to none. Are these scientists working in a real laboratory, right? And the answer is yes, they are. All right. The lab here, the Vitas Analytical Sciences, is world renowned. Now, you could have scientists in a real laboratory, but are they really doing breakthrough research? And the answer is yes. Published research, they have that. One of our advisory board members alone has 200 published studies. Now, I got to say this too. If you're really cynical and you're skeptical, you want to know, well, yeah, but is the research really that unique, or are they just kind of duplicating what's already been done? No. In this case, this is cutting edge research. And how do you know? It's patented. So do they have a patent portfolio? Yeah, they do. When you check that last box, you understand that you got an opportunity here to work with a world leader in an area where everyone has a need, and we have the solution.
And I would like to add one more thing about their research. They've already done 1.4 million tests. So when it comes to being balanced and what it takes to be balanced and what that looks like in different groups of people, they're going to be pulling even more information out of that and releasing even more research papers.
Yeah, wonderful. Back to you, Artie.
Stephen, Natalie, I can't thank you enough for the research you did, not only on Zinzino, but for several groups of products that I asked you to evaluate. I still remember the one product that you really said to me in the first email you came back to me. You said you couldn't believe their Xenogene product, which is really what you told me, the most advanced anti-aging product that you've seen in the market. Is that right?
It is already, because when you look at anti-aging, which is my thing,
that's why I bring it up.
you understand that you want to find a company that has a formulation that is really advanced, and in this case, it is the ability to remove senescent, or what we call zombie cells. Once a cell has exhausted its ability to divide, usually when you're young, the immune system comes along and gobbles it up, right? Get rid of that cell. It has no more useful purpose in the body. But as we get older, our immune system is busy dealing with some chronic infections. Immune system starts to decline. And so all of a sudden you have the accumulation of these zombie cells, and they're not just sitting there. They're actually pumping out inflammatory proteins and causing all kinds of problems. So Xenogene is a incredible formulation that accelerates the removal of zombie cells.
Making dinner.
It is directly powerful anti-aging.
Well, Stephen, again, thank you. This is a product that I take every day. In fact, Dr. Colin Robinson told us everybody 40 years and above should be taking one of those a day, and then they have a spring clean regimen. So again, thank you guys. What I want to now shift to is I want to talk to you about making money, how to start your business. Hopefully you understand there's something very different about Zinzino. It's not another pill and potion company. This is real science. We start testing and we're stopping guessing. So how this works, let's talk about the compensation plan and then how really simple it is to build this business. We're going to get customers through our online stores, and we're also going to build teams. That's an option you have. 50% of all the euros that are taken in by the company are paid back to commission. Now, how can they afford to do that? Well, they don't spend money on traditional advertising, TV, and internet marketing. We are the people that talk to people about these products, and that's what we do. We share the message, and that's how they built, closing in on 1 million customers already. Well, that's only the beginning. If you'd like to have your own second part-time income, you can start with Zinzino and get an online store, an online shop, as we say in Europe. You can have a chance to earn extra money. When you send people a link to your shop, they go shopping. You get cash bonuses from 10 to 30%. But the goal would be, is just like in franchising, why just own one store selling burgers and fries when you could have a franchise network and teach people how to each sell a few, and then you override the whole thing? Well, in this case, instead of something artery clogging like the burgers and fries and the fast food world started from here in the United States, we're actually unclogging the highway and building a distribution network for Zinzino products. What happens is you can decide just to get customers, and this is a great way if you're looking for an extra $200, $300, $500, even $1,000 a month or more. Wouldn't that make a difference for most families? For sure it would. So how do you do that just getting customers? Well, up to 24 customer points. And realize when we say customers, every product is considered a customer. So even though Stacy and I consume about 14 products per month, a lot of those things we were actually already spending money on at the health food store. So we stopped paying money for omega-3, our multivitamins, all these things. Now we buy everything from our own Zinzino store. So we can be multiple customer points ourselves. So up to 24, you're making only a 10% cash bonus. But if you're part of our Fast Start, which I'm going to train on tonight, your first 4 customers can pay you $115 for just 4 products. 4 products. One person on the health protocol, you could make back $115. By the way, the price of the health protocol for 4 products is about $130. So it's a big incentive. Is a Fast Start profit because we want people to be able to get products and make money. You can also learn how to get products for free. I'm going to go over the Zinzino for Free program. Even customers can refer other products to people and they can earn commissions. What we want to do is focus on getting to 25 customer points. This is really important. Now you're going to be able to make $230 on this every time. So $230 a month for those 25 products being reordered every month. That's a pretty good extra income. In fact, that is about $9.25 per product. As you move up the ladder to protein, now you're going to make $445. I made a typo again. I forgot to fix it. But you're also going to pick up another 57. So you're going to be making $402 a month when you get to 50 product points. Now, that could be seriously to be 5 homes using 10 points worth of products. 5 homes could be making you an extra $400 a month while you bring really cutting edge nutrition to them, test-based nutrition. 100 is definitely a target for everybody. That's my next goal. I'm already past the 50 point mark with Stacy, and Stacy and I are working toward 100. We want to get that done in the next 2 months. And what does that mean for us? That means we're making $575 a month in residual. In fact, every 100 product points that we add to it is another $575. But there's something unique about Zinzino. The first time you hit the 100 customer point mark, they're going to give you an $11,500 bonus. It's nothing like this in the industry. $11,500 for 100 product points. Now, the thing is, they don't give it to you all at once. They're going to pay this if you stay committed and you keep 100 customers buying through your shop every month. And if you do that, you're going to make $1,035 total a month. So that's going to now boost your income per product to $10.35. So think about this. If I just had somebody buying on a regular basis, buying the health protocol premium, the 4 products, they're going to spend maybe $120 a month or $130 maybe, and you're going to be making over $40 every month from that one customer buying 4 products. So the margins are phenomenal because we're not spending money on advertising, TV, and radio. Now we want to get to 200 customers because this way we qualify for a vacation. If you qualify with 200 before October this year, there's a 7-day trip coming up to Thailand, which is going to be fantastic. And I'm looking forward to taking many of our partners with us. And again, every 100 points adds $575. So this is just the retail, wholesale to retail margins, how we pay money. For all you're doing is have a shop. It's an online store, not bricks and mortar, and you're getting customers and you make money. So we're a customer-driven business. And now, what if we kept introducing more and more people? Well, we want our customers to help us. When they refer people to buy products, they can earn free products. So if they refer someone to 4 equal or greater value products that are greater than what they're spending, they can get their product for free. And they can do that multiple times. With all the customers Stacy and I have, my customer account already has 4 free products every month because we've introduced so many people to the products and we're getting credit. So we're getting free products. But because we're business partners, we also get paid for that. Customers get free products, business partners can get free products and earn money. So that's the best part about it. We call that Zinzino for free. So we have a leveraged sales career plan. Your own effort is great. There's nothing wrong with you running your own store and making some extra money. But what we want to teach you is how to build a team. That's what I did. That's how I built millions, literally millions of customers, a couple of $1 billion more sales, starting from my home with other companies. And we kept duplicating these stores, and everybody did a little bit. And then because people are looking for extra money, they want to improve their health. Some people then want more money. Some people want a career opportunity, and some want to go for the shoot for the stars. And all these opportunities are here with Zinzino. But it really is important that you start with a partner kit. Okay, you can pick either a basic, an advanced, or an ultimate. The company developed 3 starter packages ranging from $325 to about that's an old slide. It's actually 1,150. Let me go to the other ones. Okay. We have 3 packs. We have a basic and we have an advanced. From $325, you get $685 worth of products. This one, the advanced, you get $535 is your cost, and the retail value is $1,455. The difference is you only get really 1 test in the basic pack, where in the advanced partner kit, you get 3 tests. So that's really a big advantage to having the advanced. Truthfully, there's only one real way to start, and that's the ultimate pack. And the reason is the greatest value. You can turn $1,150 into $3,159. You could save $2,000. Now, what most people do is they use a lot of the products in their own families, and they get it at a tremendous discount. So now you get to try some of the lean shakes, possibly. You can get some of the energy bars, some of the skin serum, but really it's about trying the Viva Plus. It's about trying the Xenobiotic. It's about having, more importantly, the balance oil and the 10 tests. Now, those tests retail in the United States for $170 a piece. That's what they retail. Now, in the medical world, you go in my area to Quest Diagnostics, try getting a blood test for $170, especially one with a complete panel of all of your 11 different fatty acids, and gives you a lot more information than I ever expected to learn. Just see if that would happen. Now, we have an incredible deal for customers. We will actually give you the test. We can give it to them for $109. How do we do that? We ask them to be on a subscription. Then we make it a better deal. We give them a large bottle of the oil for $60. That's normally $60. We give it to them for free. And if you stay on the product for 4 months, we'll give you another test, $170 test in your fifth order for free. So think about it, $270 test, a $60 bottle of oil for $109. But we don't want you to really do this unless you're going to commit to stay on it for 4 months. And the reason is, as Steven said, as Natalie said, it takes time for all of our cells to reproduce. We know it's about 120 days. And that's why we have people test month 1 and month 4. Because why be like everyone else when you just hope and guess it's working? You need to know it's working. Now you'll feel the difference. You'll see it in your skin, your hair, but it's really important that you do that. So you choose which way is economically right for you, but without a doubt, the ultimate kit has got the best value. But here's the kicker. How about if you can have all the money back for free? And in fact, you're just putting a deposit down on the kit. How do you get the money back? Well, in your 12th month, if you have 25 premier customer points, that means subscription, 25 products on subscription. That could be 5 people with 5 products on subscription. In my case, it's just one other home like mine that's really committed to their health and these products. You'll be over 25 in 2 homes. But let's say whatever you do to get to 25 in your 12th month, if you do that in your 13th month, you get all the money back. That you'll get a full loyalty refund for that pack. So that's an incredible value. See, Zinzino wants you to have these tests, wants you to invest in your own business and go out there and build your team. Now, I want to go through a compensation overview with everyone tonight. We already looked at the retail and the cash bonuses. That was a 10 to 30% margin if you're just going to get the customers. But then again, as you move up to the higher ranks, you can significantly increase your revenue, as you saw when you hit 25 and then 50 and then 100 points. You can get Zinzino for free and earn money if you're a partner. That means you have a business, a shop. If you're just a customer, you can get free products. I'm going to take you through tonight a training on the Fast Start program where you can earn up to $2,875 in incentive bonuses, making you profitable in 120 days or less. We're teaching this system so that people can do it in half the time or less. And that's our goal. Okay. Now, as you introduce other people and they set up a shop, the thing is, if you help them, because we want you to make sure that you train them how to actually sign a customer, how to get the order through. And when you do that, you can earn customer acquisition bonuses for helping your people, your teammates, hit certain targets with personal customers. So that's a really good incentive for all of us to make sure when we bring someone into the business that we really take the time to help them learn how to get customers. We have many different positions that you can advance to, from the first levels, which are fairly easy to get to some incredibly positions where they pay a lot of money, but you're going to be generating a lot of business. But they got people at every one of these levels, and these are incredibly lucrative advancement bonuses, rank advancement bonuses. I've been fortunate to already hit some of these bonuses. Very impressed with the amounts they are. Another thing I loved about the comp plan is that I'm getting motivated, and you should too, to help others to become successful. So you can qualify for an actual income matching bonus. So in other words, you introduce me to the business and you can qualify to earn a 5 to 25% matching income bonus on my team commissions, which is the commissions 10 to 15% overriding the sales on my shops. So in my shop, my network, I can start at 10%, I can go up to 15% overriding all the sales, and you can earn 5 to 25%. I'll give you a simple example. Let's say I earned $1,000 in team commission this month. You could earn between 5 and 25%. So you could earn $250. What if I did that in a week? Okay, then you could earn what? $250 for the week. So that's how that works. When you get to the highest levels, we have additional volume bonuses that overrides all those sales. On top of that 10 to 15%, how about another 4% goes in your pocket? So I'm not going to break down every one of these. These are advanced training topics. What I want to do is make sure you understand that if you're a player, if you have a big dream with this company, that you're not just just working for commissions. You're working to be able to be awarded stock. There is actually a stock program that's been certified by the shareholders that they announced this just a month ago that can allow the highest ranking people to earn significant amounts of shares in already a publicly traded and growing company. In fact, Zinzino's 18 of the top 20 shareholders, I believe it's 18 out of 20, are actually in the field. Orion and Hilda, the founders of the company, took themselves out of the company. They do not run the company, handle their money. They actually are in the field getting paid the same way you do, the same way I do. I've never seen anything like that before. Now, they're the biggest shareholders, but imagine this company is really distributor owned. Okay, that really got my attention. And they paid a dividend 11, I think, years in a row now. That's remarkable. So I'm going to teach you tonight some training. Okay, a lot of these numbers you're not going to digest in one setting, but this is what I want you to know, how simple the system is. When we start this business, I trained 3 things for the last 30 plus years. I said, we need to get customers. Without customers, we make no money. So we share products. We talk to people. We have an email that you could send out with your shopping cart link that has links to these articles, what we tell people to Google, links to the balance oil video, but they can go right to the link to your shopping cart and you can add them as customers. We also do Science Wednesdays, which I'll talk about, which is Stephen and Natalie are kindly hosting every Wednesday. I'll tell you how to tie into that. So people that want to learn more about the science and the products can do that. But we share the products. That's step one, but we also share the opportunity. I'm a networker, so I'm always looking for people that want to make money. So my first focus is to ask somebody, do you look at other ways to make money? Are you open-minded? I found a business that's going to explode throughout the United States, and I really am looking for a couple of partners. I said, are you open-minded? Do you look at other ways to make money? So I simply ask people, are they open-minded? And if they're interested, I like their opinion. So I share the business first as a networker. If they're not interested, then I ask them to be a customer. Okay, so that's just how it works with me. But at the end, I have to get good at both sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, and then I need to promote events. For example, this Zoom is an event. We have in-person events. There's not very many in the US. Out of the 1.4 million people tested, there's only been 34,000 in the entire US over the last several years. So we're the group that's coming in that's exploding this market already. We've made an impact on the sales here. So events are going to start being created live as well as online. Let me show you a simple system where we want to compress that fast start, which I'm going to go into more detail, from 120 days to 60 days. How do you do this? Well, you start with a contact list. Yes, there is ways to do online social media marketing. We have funnels we're working on that's going to be an add-on to what we're doing, being part of our team, give you access to that. But I want to share this with the people I love and people I care about. Why wouldn't I? This is important information that you need to know. I say, look, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Please Google the importance of the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Now I'm sending them this email is what we're going to be sharing with all of you. So again, my goal is to help you get started and reach what we call X team. That's how I want you to get to 10 customer points in your first 30 days. That's how we're going to compress the time frame. 10 products, 10 customer points. We did that in our own home. Stacy and I both wanted to be on Health Protocol Premium. There was 8. And then we ended up getting some bars in the skincare and Zinzino Gene. Next thing you know, we were already well above 10. So we want you to do that as soon as possible, not 120 days. We want to get that done as soon as possible. So we have this contact list. Okay. Now we want to talk to some people. Okay. I always go out and say, hey, look, do you look at other ways to make money? Are you open-minded? I found a company that's exploding and is offering, depending on who I'm talking to, offering equity opportunities. It's a great part-time income. It depends on who you're talking to, but we invite. And if they're not interested, if they're interested in more information, we make a presentation. We're not asking you to do that. We're recording these videos. I just recorded a video for networkers called the Insider Review of Networking. network marketing that I'm going to be releasing very shortly. Some of you seen it, which is designed specifically for people that know something about this industry. I want them to know why they're in the wrong company, frankly, and that this is the next billion-dollar market, multi-billion-dollar market. So we're going to help you present. We do it online. We do it over a cup of coffee. We do it in people's homes. And I've been doing it also in large venues. Okay. If someone's not interested, I ask them to be a customer. As simple as that. Okay. If they want information, which is normal, then we sit down and we take them through the fast start training. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get into the entire comp plan. You don't need to know all of it tonight. That's like me giving a baby a lobster and say, hey, I know you're only 6 months old, but you're going to love this lobster. It takes time to adjust, right? So what we're doing here is we're duplicating a process. I know McDonald's isn't a great analogy for a health company, but it makes sense because everybody knows McDonald's. But do you know McDonald's is simply a system? You spend all this money to get a McDonald's because you want a system. You sign an agreement, right? You get the largest percentage, just like here when you get customers. But then you want to duplicate stores. You want to be like Ray Kroc. You want to have 30,000 stores all over the world. Okay, and that's exactly what I've been able to do in the past, and we're doing at a rapid pace. Okay, our team in just a few months has topped 6,000 customers using this system. Okay. And we're putting in hundreds of new partners every month. So we're just getting started. You're on the ground floor. So let's talk about Fast Start Bonus. Now you know the system. It's not that complicated. You invite, share share the product, share the opportunity. You invite, you share the product, you share the links to the meetings, you have us get on the phone with your people. Now let's talk about the fundamentals of the Fast Start program. You can't participate if you don't select a monthly auto order. This is for people that do that. So this means we suggest every new partner, as soon as you order your ultimate kit or any of the kits you choose, that you choose one product on auto order. And normally it makes sense to get the balance oil because you're going to want to take that every month. And every 4 months, you're going to get a balance test sent to you. So this is a tremendous value. Instead of $134, it's only $79. And you also now get access to all of your back office, your landing pages. They just came out with new ones. They get an app on your phone called GoCore for personal training. If you had nobody to coach you, everything that you need is there. So this is important that everybody gets on an auto order. But you can get this for free if you go and you get 4 customers that have what we call credits, is the fundamental value of the international world of Zinzino. So every product has a credit or commissionable value, and that's how they have a balanced comp plan around the world. So let's just dig into the Fast Start and go from here. Okay, you sign up today. I'm going to pick a pack. The best thing is to pick the ultimate pack, but if you can't afford that, I understand. Pick the one that you make sense. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to go Q team in 30 days. What does that mean? I need 4 product points subscriptions. I want 4. In the US, it's brilliant because it's a no risk subscription model. There's no risk to cancel. You cancel anytime you want, no penalties. In fact, it gives you a huge discount on the products. So you sign up for 4 products on subscription. There is a value of each of these products because some are more expensive, a little more than others. But the credit value has to equal 20 in your first 4 months. When you do that, you now made $115 and you got a free auto order. So now think about it. I did an auto order for $79. I ordered 4 products for myself. I went on the Health Protocol Premium. That's what I did, right? I became my own customer. They actually paid me $115 back for that, and they gave me the $79 for free. And I get that free every month. I thought, this is pretty brilliant. I love it. So that's how I got started, and I suggest everybody follows and duplicates the same idea. Now, what do we do from there. Now, they say we have 60 days to do this. I say we don't want to wait 60 days. What we're going to do is we want to start 2 people and have them open up a shop. So we get 2 stores, one we call A, one we call B. Now we're going to start building a distribution channel. Okay. Now, the goal would be that they all start with an ultimate pack to get the best value. And if they do that, what happens is you're going to make $460 for that wholesale business for setting up 2 people that bought the shop. Now, you can do it with the smaller packs, but you need a lot more people to do it. So I'm just going to keep this for tonight very simple. If I had 2 people with an ultimate pack, that's going to become $460 back. And if I trained you to do this, you're making $460. Now, what we want to do is we want to help people. This is people helping people. You're going to help A and B to do what? The same thing you just did. Go Q team in 30 days. And what are they going to do? Sponsor their own A and B, or in this case, your C, D, E, and F. Now, again, if you do this, and they each took an ultimate pack, you're going to make another $1,380. Again, this is wholesale revenue overriding the wholesale. So that's another bonus that you're going to make. Our goal is to have you do this in 60 days or less. That's the goal. If you're utilizing the Zoom meetings, if you're putting us on the phone to talk to people, if you're holding even home presentations, could be very good to do. You can actually earn quite a bit of money right out of the gate and become profitable. The company says in 120 days, we want you to be X team. That's 10 customer subscriptions. We did that in our very first week. Why? Because I became my own customer in my shop. Then Stacy said, well, I want those products too. So we ended up buying over 10 products between us. Now, not everybody's going to do that, but we did. But then we also got my dad, we got my brothers, we got my relatives, we got friends involved, our kids. Next thing you know, we had a lot of customers, and now those people are telling people, and they're telling people, and it's growing and growing. But when you do all 4 of those steps, it comes out that you're going to earn $21.28, but you're also going to get your cash bonus. That would be $115. You're going to get the 10% override on all the credits of the team that you just created. There's another $200. They have something called enrollment bonus. When you enroll somebody, you sponsor them, you help them get their first customers, you're going to pick up $200. As you moved up into what we call bronze and then silver, you would have made another 173. So again, you don't need to know all the details on this right now, but that's a total of $2,875 if you just did what? You just go back to the beginning here and you say, okay, I pick a pack, okay, and what do? We're going to go through it one more time. I get on the auto order, right? I get my 4 customers on subscription. I can be my own customer to start. Okay, I go get Zinzino for free. I have $115 in profit. Now we start introducing the business to people. We set up 2 people with shops. That's a really important step. Now, if they got an ultimate pack or a combination of the smaller packs that equal an ultimate pack, that's $460. You help those 2 duplicate. There's another $1,380. You now get to your 10 personal customer points, okay, with at least what we call 50 credits. So maybe a couple more products, depends on what they order. But the total revenue is $28.75. But then you become what we call a silver, okay? As a silver, you're sitting on $230 a month residual. That's your residual from just your customers in your team, okay? That's the first step of really getting to what we call that A team level. So that's why everything kind of works together. It's actually pretty brilliant in how it works together. But when you help 4 people become silver, what's going to happen? As you duplicate these silvers, your income, it just explodes. In fact, if you had 4 silvers in your structure, in your tree, in your distribution network, those 4 silvers, based on the customers they're all generating, would make you about $920 per month. That's phenomenal for building 4 silvers. You build 4 executives, and now you go diamond. And that's $4,600 a month. A lot of people are full-time by this point, and this is really exciting. I've already helped many people in my team in just a few months get to the diamond level. Help 4 diamonds and go crown. This is $13,800 per month. This is a position I achieved, but again, it's not something that is fair to compare because I've been doing this for a long time and had a network to work with. In fact, I went far beyond that position as well. But 4 diamonds put you at crown and make you over $12,800 a month. So by helping people improve their health, by providing them a business opportunity, and because the company doesn't spend all this money on advertising, TV, radio, which just, it drives up the price of everything we buy. So by doing that, in building this distribution network, you can become profitable. Timing is really, really important in anything we do. And it was important for me when I chose this opportunity. I looked at them and they were just short of 1 million customers, where we are right now. I looked at their long-term vision. They said by 2035, they expect they want to be at 20 million customers. They looked as far out as 2050. Now think about that. Who's thinking that far out? Yeah, I'd like to be on the planet in 2050. Okay, but think about this. How could they get to 100 million customers? I started digging deep in my mind. I said, is this something I'm being sold or is this real? And then I thought about it. I said, 6.3 billion people on the planet are deficient in omega-3. We've recruited the best in class of people. My friend Stuart Tomp came on board. He was the global educator for Nordic Naturals. He's put together this incredible science team. I'm blown away with the people he's brought in, including the former chief science officer of Nordic Naturals. Now, you may not know that company, but it's the largest brand. It's the #1 selling brand of omega-3 in the world. And they do in the U.S. and health food stores, and Zinzino does worldwide right now. And they all will tell you that our testing and our product makes us best in class. So this is remarkable. When I think of 100 million customers, I'm thinking if 6.3 billion are out of balance, if we got 1.5%, that's almost 100 million. And then I thought, there's 500 million people like me that were taking omega-3. We'd all like to get this test, wouldn't we? And when they find out either they're not taking the right amount or it's not working well, what are they going to do? They're going to switch. So the market potential is unbelievable. Now, tomorrow on Wednesday, you might want to take a screenshot of this. Every Wednesday, Stephen and Natalie really dig into the science, and Science Wednesdays, we're calling it. This is where you get a product education. You can chat through the chat, ask questions. They're really gracious with their time to welcome people to this, laid back type of meeting. But it's so educational. It's informative. I know a lot of people really enjoy that. I'm going to actually be at a home meeting tomorrow night up in my hometown of Falmouth, Maine, where I grew up. I got dear friends, Linda Adam, Mike and Holly Valachi, I've worked with for many years. We're just the best of friends. We go back many, many years. Linda and I played music together. Mike plays harmonica. Linda's a singer. And they all want to take care of their health and they all want to make some money. So they've invited a bunch of people to their beautiful home. And Stacy and I are heading up there to do a home meeting. And why not? We're going to be testing people right there. I got another friend of mine that's a singer in another group. He's coming with his wife. We're going to test them. We're going to build a team of rock stars. That's the next thing we're going to do. We have meetings going on for Australia, UK, France, Italy, Ireland, Portugal, Spain. And now that we just relocated back from Spain this past week, we are now going to put a calendar together that you can count on for the summer. I didn't announce what I'm doing next, but I will be doing a weekly calendar of events. It could be every Tuesday night where I can do this presentation so we can start building up the numbers. We could be doing some events around the country in August. I know Orion Sali, the co-founder, is coming in to do an event the 10th of August in I think his target is he needs to be in Minnesota. So we might do something in Phoenix earlier in that week. We might go to Los Angeles. There could be an event in California or Chicago. I mean, in Florida or Chicago. I'm going to be doing stuff in the Northeast. So that will be in-person events. We'll keep you posted. Now, how do you find this information? You need to be invited into our learning platform. It's called School, SK. You can download the app. Ask the person who invited you on this call to send you their link. They can go on School, copy the link, and share it with you. You have to be invited in. It's a learning community. I'm going to be adding loads of training material that's interactive. It's where we support each other. You get email reminders of calls, global events, and everything you need to know. So like Stephen, I have a checklist. I wanted to know, okay, there's so many come and go companies that hit and miss opportunities. I wanted something that was proven, but yet positioned for growth. Is Zinzino proven? Read the financials. It's obviously successful. Are the products proven? Yes, of course they're proven. I wondered, could I really get people to take the test? Yes, I've been able to get people to take it. Think about it. 1.4 million people took it. Stuart said to me, when I told him they had done over 1.2 million tests, back around Easter, he said, he went like this, boom, his head like exploded. And he said to me, I tried to get Nordic Natural and all our retailers to start selling the tests. But he said, it makes more sense. Direct to consumer. Direct to consumer, what you guys do, face to face, family to family. This is the way to get it done. And we're out there leading. And so obviously proof of concept, check. Yeah, there's people making money at all different levels. There's loads of people making part-time income, some making, more full-time incomes, and then some have been earning those shares in the company. So proven earnings, but obviously I'm here because it's positioned for growth. And I think that's why you're here too. So you're only limited by the power of your imagination. I want you to start thinking bigger than you've ever thought before, because you probably have never been at a position where you are right now, at the right place at the right time with the right people, the right products, the right company. The question is, what kind of dream do you have? Do you really want to have freedom of residual income, working from home, not having, a lot of people fell in love with that during the pandemic, and this gives you that kind of freedom and flexibility and possibility. That's what we're here. So, my goal now, believe me, I have lots of toys. My goal is not the toys. I want to change 1 million people's lives. I've already built millions of customers in my past companies. Okay. I want to change 1 million people's health. And to do that, I need to help people to make money. I need to show them the vision of building a distribution network and what that can mean for them. So again, we've got this recorded. We're going to load the training up on the School community. If you want to be part of it and you need to see any of this again, I'm going to be doing advanced training on there. And I want to leave you with this one video. This is to just tease you. You want to become the level they call director or get to the 200 personal customer points by October. And then you want a trip and you're going with us to Thailand. So let's just close with this short video. But you are there. I'm sorry, I couldn't see everyone. You can unmute yourself, guys. Listen, officially that's going to end our presentation. But Stuart, now that I see you there, could you say hello to everyone? I keep talking about you as someone that's never been in this industry before, network marketing, as you call it, direct to consumer. You came in and went to the diamond level in 30 days, which is generating a lot of business very quickly. So when I showed everybody that diamond, can you imagine he did that in 30 days with no experience in direct selling? Now, one thing he has that most of us probably don't is the knowledge of the science. This is his subject, is his passion. So, Stuart, just say hello to everyone before we close this out.
Oh, thank you, Artie. What a great presentation. You did a great job tonight. And thank you, Dr. Natalie and Stephen. It was really a pleasure to watch you as always. And all I can say is I feel so grateful to be here. I'm also joined by one of my closest friends in the whole world and a member of our team, Dr. Colonel Michael Lewis. He's got himself with his camera turned off there, but he's been listening to the whole thing. He wrote the book When Brains Collide. He's also the founder of the Brain Health Education Research Institute. He's an expert in omega-3 and traumatic brain injury. And Artie's right. Because of Zinzino's mission, because the system is better, because the mousetrap is better, 7 of the top doctors in the omega-3 space have joined you in Zinzino on this mission to get more molecules and more mouths, because we're very concerned about which factors are the actors. The polyphenols that Dr. Natalie talked about are a rate limiting factor. The tissue is the issue. That's why we all have to start testing and stop guessing. And Zinzino is the vehicle to help us save humanity and to help hundreds of millions of people globally. Artie, thank you for being such a great mentor to me. I'm new at network marketing. I've never done this before, but I'm in love with the company, and you've been an incredible mentor. Thank you for letting me share tonight.
Well, Stuart, it was awesome to have you and Tava fly over from California to Oslo, meet with the CEO, meet with Dr. Gunderson, who's the founder of Vetus Laboratories. You got to walk through every piece of this, tour the facility, and I really respect your commitment. Then you came to a training school that I was teaching at in London with Dr. Colin Robinson. So we had a heck of a week together, and you've just done such a great job. And one day I want to meet Dr. Mike Lewis. I remember when you told me his name, Stacy was saying, hey, wait a minute, we just read the chapter in Dr. Clayton's book, Out of the Fire, where he's talking about in the book the suicides in the active military. And so I read Mike Lewis's paper on PubMed, and then I go back and go, there's a lot of the same language here. I go to the back of the book. He credits Dr. Mike Lewis for the study, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Zinzino is even better than I thought.
Thank you, Colonel. Thank you for your service, Mike.
Thank you, Colonel. Thank you so much. I look forward to a personal call with you at some point. Look, Stuart, thanks everyone. Thanks to you, and thanks to everyone. I know there's a lot of people on here that could have a great story and could add a lot to this. I'm just really grateful to be here and have all of you here. We're going to build these numbers, guys. That's our next job. We need to really populate these calls, and it's just consistency of inviting, working a list. The system is really not as complicated as the comp plan. It will certainly be at first for people. It's really what do? You share a service. I mean, the product, I did services for too long. We share a product, we share an opportunity, we promote an event. Share, and I do it in a non-threatening way. Hey, do you look at other ways to make money? Great. If you don't, great. I ask people, do you take supplements? How do you know they work? Well, what do you mean? How do you know they work? Well, do you really know they work? Oh, you don't take supplements. Why not? Yeah, have you ever heard of taking, a fatty acid test, an essential fatty acid? What are you talking about? You got to Google this. And the email that I shared with you, Stuart, Natalie and Stephen are taking a twist on that. But that thing is going to be helping us to duplicate rapidly. There's no one on our team that shouldn't be able to get to 25 customers with just sending out the email that we're putting together for you. All the links of what people need to see there, you just got to copy and paste your shopping cart. So we're going to help everybody to make a little extra money, and those that are more serious, we want to help them make a lot of money, because I know that's why many of you are here, just like me. So with that, have a great evening, everyone. I'll be making an announcement through the school app and through our WhatsApp groups about when my next Zoom meeting will be. But of course, I'm available for private meetings as well. Steve and Natalie, I know a lot of people are going to want to tune into your call on tomorrow night. So thank you very much for sharing that with everybody. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you.